You're such an asshole.
AssholeConsulting.com. Go there. Send me your week. You're tired. No, don't. I'm not American. No. Do not send me your week. In the olden days, that meant you're hardworking. Now it just means lazy people who want to go and live off the American taxpayer. Do not send me. But do send me your questions and do send me your money at Asshole Consulting. Good evening, Mr. Clare. I'm going by the name Bradford, and I am interested in making a video request. I live in a rather affluent suburban town somewhere in America. Many of the kids I went to high school with just graduated from college. You wrote from high school with just graduate college. You graduate from college. I have looked up what their current jobs are on LinkedIn. Most, if not all, the students with these jobs are employed within the city. Those titles sound much better than my job, which is in retail. Like I said, these kids are no more than 1 to 3 years removed from college. With that, part of me believes they aren't doing much better than me, because just like me, they are in their early to mid-20s. With that, I suspect that their jobs are just bitch work. Let's not forget the possibility that these yuppie dude bros most likely got their jobs because of the rich parents. And I immediately picked out the one, because you said, I'm like, okay, wait, something doesn't add up here. I'm like, how did he get that position and title? Like, oh yeah, his dad runs the company. With that, I suspect, do you think that I am correct in my views on them, or am I just being a jealous, insecure because of the industry that I work in? Well, there's nothing wrong with being jealous of other people's success, as long as it strives you to get what they have. Now, I also think just rank jealousy or envy for what people have that they didn't earn, well, that I don't even know if you could call that jealousy or envy. I guess there's no other way to describe it, but that's not a bad jealousy. I'm jealous of the Dayton family, all of them that are alive, because the original founder, the guy actually worked for it, and now these parasitic assholes are now running in public office. It's not even that I would like to be a governor or a senator, it's just I hate them so much because they're inferior people, but they're in positions of power. And what really gets me is how people, whoa, he's a governor, oh my God, they run businesses, they're so smart. It's like, no, they're inferior people. So, I mean, there's nothing wrong, as long as, if you are jealous of somebody for something that they worked hard for, and you expect them to give that how somehow it's unjust to you, or that you're owed something for what people worked hard for, that's greed and envy. That's bad. But I don't think there's anything wrong with you. Damn right I'm jealous of Bill Gates. Yes, I'm jealous of his billions. Of who you should be too. Now, am I going to work as hard as Bill Gates? No, I'm not going to work as hard. And so I don't begrudge him or hate him for it. So that's perfectly fine. I am jealous of Clive Owen's looks, but I'm not, man, I hate Clive Owen or anything like that. So, no, there's nothing wrong with being jealous, and there's absolutely nothing wrong with hating on people who didn't earn what they got. Absolutely nothing wrong with that. Please let me know about. Okay, so he goes through some of the titles. And I'm not going to mention the companies because then people would know. Fleet manager, at that company, see, here's the thing, they got impressive titles, but they're at crappy companies that are likely to go under. I mean, I was a director of finance at one time, like at 24, 23, during the dot-com days, and the company I worked for was ass. It was just ass. The name of the company wasn't ass, but the company was ass. That was it. Territory manager, that's the one I knew when I looked it up. I'm like, dude, that guy, don't tell me he's like, oh yeah, that guy got his father in there. Sales rep, you saw this accountants companies. Yeah, that's a standard entry level. Nothing. That's not a fancy, even euphemistic title. Recruitment consultant. That's a sales position. That's nothing fancy. Consultant, assistant. I mean, one time I was an assistant vice president. Like, oh, you're a vice president? I'm like, dude, I'm just an analyst. I'm not even an analyst. I'm filing and faxing shit because banks always like giving like fancy promotions. It's like having an army with the only ranks of general, colonel, and major. And all the enlisted soldiers are called major. Like, oh, we got nothing but officers. All chiefs, no Indians. Account manager, that's entry level. Assistant digital media planner. That sounds like secretarial work. Quality assurance coordinator. That sounds like entry level. Financial planning analyst at a bulge bracket investment bank. That guy got his job through, and then you confirmed it when you told me that. Oh yeah, he got it through nepotism. Hey, do you want to play Ivy Leaguer from the white prissy suburbs? Yeah. Have everyone like singing a choir. Make a musical. Harvard the musical. We're going in the investment banks, the investment banks, the investment banks. We're going in the investment banks. And then you mentioned global strategy lead, investment banking analyst. Yeah, if that guy got the job as an investment banking analyst at another reputable bank, I might add, reputable, need to be bailed out. That it is possible that guy worked for it and earned it, but there's a good chance he didn't. Global strategy lead for a nonprofit, it sounds like that's no big deal either. Most of these are job titles that there's nothing wrong with them actually. These are just entry-level positions made to sound nicer than they are. In the olden days, this is before my time even, secretary, supervisor, it meant something. Now, quality assurance coordinator, hello. Assistant digital media planner, we learn through science. That's just secretary. Planner, what does that mean? You're planning shit for other people. So no, these, I don't know why these people are bragging about it, if they even are. And the people who got it through my daddy, they have no right to brag, but they will. It's like the kids in high school. I think I had a client. He was upset because all the other kids, he went to a very affluent high school, and he's like, the parents all bought their kids like fancy cars. He had this crappy car he had to get himself. He's like, oh dude, they got nice car. I'm like, no. They don't have nice cars. Their parents have nice cars. That's Mr. Jones' car, not little Bobby Jones Jr. car. That's Mr. Jones. Mr. Jones's car. Okay, he bought that for little Bobby Jr. It's not Bobby Jr.'s car, but they all act like it. There is a difference. And it's the same thing. This kid didn't get his job as an investment banking analyst. His dad, as you pointed out, got it for him. So no, and this kind of, it revisits. It's all right to be jealous. It's fine as long as it prompts you to work harder and get what those people want. Or you can just say, yeah, I'm jealous. No, I'm not. And you admit, I'm not going to work that hard though. My time is not worth it. Nothing wrong with that. But you should be losing sleep over these people not doing any better than you. Although I'm kind of impressed, most of it sounded like it was in private sector work. I don't see assistant diversity reserve special ed retard teacher. Oh my goodness. These all sound like people who are working. And it's not, dude, let me tell you something. This is not a competition. It can be, but let me tell you how you're going to win this competition. You win it by not competing. People will always try to brag about their income and their job title and their house in the McMansion suburbs, all right? That don't matter. What matters is how much your net worth has increased, okay? That's what and what's going to get these people in the end is they're going to always spend more than they make. I've seen it, dude. I've seen it. I've seen people, again, I got to tell you, the couple, they made over $300,000 a year. I don't even know what that's like. They spent $305,000 a year, and then they had to file for bankruptcy. It's not how much you make, it's how much you save and how much you invest wisely. And so if you really want to beat these people at their game in the long run, okay, let me let the captain tell you an old story. What did I do? I golfed today, but today's Sunday, so that won't matter. But for the past 3 weeks, you know what the captain's been doing? Go to my blog. You see a bunch of pictures of motorcycles. I just drove around the West, Pacific Northwest, and Northern California and Nevada. That's all I did. Stopped in, visited people, had fun. But the way I can do that is not because I worked hard to make a lot of money. Quite the opposite. I do work a lot, but it's fun work, so I don't really consider it work. It's frugality. It's minimalism. It was living in basements. And now, at about the age of 40, things finally paid off. I have the freedom. And now it is, without a doubt, in my mind, without a doubt, I'd have maybe someone out there from the old high school could tell me, oh yeah, you know, Cleary, Bob Bobson, he's in charge of Bobson Pharmaceuticals. He sold it now. He's just sitting, or somebody bought a bunch of Bitcoin and he's living. Okay, there might be one or two people that might have a better life than I do. But by all measures and accounts, I completely kicked the motherfucking shit out of all the dipshits I went to high school with. I have so much of a better life than all of them, and it's not about how much money you make. It's that I spent less than I made, and I focus on what really mattered in life, which is people, but then also freedom. So there is nothing wrong with working your job. There is nothing wrong with your job title. Yes, some people got better jobs. Yes, some people have fancier sounding job titles, not necessarily better jobs. But I'm going to predict, like with the vast majority of people I've ran into, you could have the investment banking analyst. Well, he's going to have to buy his boat, and he's going to have bottle service in Vegas, and he's going to have the Dude Road Bachelor Pad lifestyle. He's going to have to pay Biffy and Mitzi and Bambi $500 to go out with him each night. They got to take it, and he's going to get divorced, and he's going to have kids. They got child support, and then he's going to have to get his MBA. And then by the time it's all said and done, once you get to that 35, 40-year-old cross line or finish line, if you just save your money and you don't go into debt, and you focus on having fun and doing what you want and being a frugal minimalist, you are going to win. You're going to beat these. If you want to compete with them, even if you want to compete with them. I don't look, oh God, am I number one? Am I better than the valedictorian? I don't even know who the valedictorian was of our school. And I remember a couple of the guys who were like really smart, like the straight A students, but I haven't looked them up because I don't care. I'm having a lot of fun. You will so not care about these people. I'm surprised you do now, even though you guys are out of college. The day I left for college, I didn't care about anyone in high school. But yeah, don't worry about it. This is almost a waste of energy, I'd say, worrying about whether or not you're beating these people in terms of prestige. Because prestige does not matter. What matters is freedom and happiness and the enjoyment of company of other people. That's what matters in life. And if you focus on it now, you're going to realize you don't need a fancy title or a big fancy job, or you got to work in a fucking state where you got to pay 50% of your income in taxes. Woo! So you're doing fine. Just make sure you have the right goal, is what I'm saying, because you seem to be misled. And if you try and you're not going to beat the investment banker with the dad who works at the investment bank. You're just not. You're not. And you shouldn't, because those guys, trust you me, they're assholes. And not the good, cool ones like me. They're fucking dumbass pricks who couldn't predict a fucking housing bubble in their lifetime. All right, that's it. You guys got questions, Captain's got answers, assholeconsulting.com. We'll see you guys later. Toodles.